We have the opportunity to make a habit of empathy, to recognize ourselves in each other.
My name's Cindy Tucker. I live in Twain Harte, California. I'm going to be turning 71 in a couple of days. I want you to keep that a secret. I'm really not sharing that with other people. I've been studying nonviolent communication since the run-up to the invasion of Iraq. And I find that it's a path of transformation. I would say that empathy is the ability to find in yourself the place that resonates with what another person is feeling. I can tell you that when people are empathizing with me, that I have a sense of certain needs being met, the need to be known, the need to be understood, the need to be part of a community. It makes me less lonely when other people understand my experience, or I think that they're understanding my experience. When I have the experience that someone is understanding my experience, I notice that there is a lessening of anxiety and a sense of coming down into my body with that recognition of my own needs that are met or not met. It really doesn't make any difference. But when I really get that, I have a sense of settling into my body, of being truly authentic, not in my brain, but in a living way connected to my own life. And it's thrilling. And it's the place I always want to come from. When there's a real connection, and when you are able to help or facilitate another person being in touch with what's so for them, what they are really needing. And again, whether the need is met or not, but just to be in touch with that deep need. My experience as the person who's giving the empathy is that I get in touch with it too, and that we have a moment of shared humanity, that it's a sharing, that person drops into the same place that I drop into, so that that's just it. It's about shared humanity.
A deep
yeah.
common sharing between
Yes.
the two of you.
Yes. Yeah. Even if the need isn't met, even if we've both dropped into despair, that for whatever reason, this need can't be met now, that shared despair, that shared humanity, it's beautiful.
So it sounds like you can share despair, and you can share a whole variety of...
Everything. Joy, frustration, yeah, hopelessness, powerlessness, anger, love, gratitude, yeah.
And it all happens within the kind of a container of empathy, or would that be a way of seeing it? Or?
I think that in the beginning, that's the way it happens. And then I think as you become more practiced in giving yourself empathy, so that in the moment that some reaction is stimulated in you, like anger, let's say, or frustration, that as you become more practiced in giving yourself empathy, so you drop down into your own heart space, you become connected with your own pain, and what that pain is related to. What need is it that's not being met in the moment, that's causing this pain to arise in you? And then to offer empathy to yourself. You say, wow, Cindy, I really get it. You wanted to contribute, and maybe it didn't go right, and you grieve that it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, but I really get that you were coming from caring. And so my experience is that as I become more practiced in that, I can be more present to everyone in all of my experiences, because I have this way of not actually, a way of opening my heart, a way of keeping my heart open. And I'm like kind of stumbling here, and I want to rephrase this. When I'm in pain, and prior to the time that I had the facility to self-connect, to connect with my pain, to connect with the needs that are not met, what would happen is I would close my heart in reaction to the pain. And when I closed my heart in reaction to the pain, I also closed my heart to your pain around that same issue. So as I learn to keep my heart open and to have empathy for myself, then I can remain present for you. I can remain present for your pain and present to you. So there's something magic about empathy. And it has the ability to transform any situation. This is what I want for myself. I want to be in a place of such radical self-acceptance that I have nothing to hide, and that I own all aspects of myself, that that I can be generous, and in the next moment I can be irritated because someone wants a bite of my pie. And I just want to own all of that. I want to own all of my humanness, and I want to be transparent about it and authentic. And that feels like freedom. I do have a metaphor.
Okay.
I think that it's akin to touching someone's soul. Yeah. Yeah. And that, the beauty of that intimacy and that kind of connection.